Hello everyone, welcome back to Determintes and the Ultimate Trivia Quiz. My name is Sean, I hope you are doing well and that you've had a great week. I've put together another 50 trivia questions to test your general knowledge and see how much you know about the world around us. Keep track of how many questions you can answer correctly. Check the end of the video to see which rank you managed to get. The topics for today's quiz are: first up, the month of June, leaders, mixed trivia questions, countries, and another round of mixed trivia questions. Let's start the quiz. The King of Pop, Michael Jackson, died in June of which year? 2008, 2009 or 2010? (2009). June 1876, Custer's last stand takes place during the Battle of Bunker Hill, the Alamo or Little Big Horn? Little Big Horn. Who directed the movie Jaws, released in June 1975? Steven Spielberg, George Lucas or Stanley Kubrick? Steven Spielberg. What was Anne Frank's age when she started her diary in June 1942? 13, 14 or 15? She was just 13 years old. June 1991, who became Russia's first popularly elected president? Mikhail Gorbachev, Boris Yeltsin or Dmitry Medvedev? Boris Yeltsin. June 1994, O.J. Simpson is arrested on suspicion of murdering Anna Nicole Smith, Elizabeth Jenner or Nicole Brown? Nicole Brown. Who did Fidel Castro overthrow in June 1959 to become Prime Minister of Cuba? Fulgencio Batista, Che Guevara or Juan Perón? Fulgencio Batista. Operation Overlord took place in 1944. What was the date of D-Day? 6th of June, the 11th or the 27th of June? The 6th of June. June 1968, US presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy is assassinated in which city? Washington, Los Angeles or Dallas? Los Angeles. June 1967, the Six-Day War begins as Israel attacks Egypt and Lebanon, Palestine or Syria? Syria. Did you know that in June 600 AD, Pope Gregory I issued a papal decree requiring all Christians to use the expression "God bless you" when in the presence of someone who sneezed? At the time the decree was issued, the bubonic plague was spreading across Europe, and it was believed that sneezing spreads the disease. In order to protect themselves from the illness, Christians would invoke God's blessing. Who succeeded Ban Ki-moon as Secretary General of the United Nations? Antonio Guterres, Kofi Annan or Boutros Ghali? Antonio Guterres. Which Prime Minister of a European country was known as Il Duce? Pedro Sanchez, Charles de Gaulle or Benito Mussolini? Benito Mussolini. Which leader did Churchill describe as a female llama surprised in her bath? Harry Truman, Adolf Hitler or Charles de Gaulle? Charles de Gaulle. Which university was Mark Zuckerberg attending when he started Facebook? Princeton, Harvard or Stanford? The correct answer is Harvard University. As at 2023, who is chairperson of the World Economic Forum? Kristalina Georgieva, Tedros Ghebreyesus, or Klaus Schwab? Klaus Schwab. What is the official residence of the President of France called? Is it the Palace of Versailles, Élysée Palace, or Chateau Comtal? Élysée Palace. Which country elected the world's first female Prime Minister in 1960? Argentina, Ceylon, or New Zealand? Ceylon or Sri Lanka. In what year did Bill Gates step down as CEO of Microsoft? In the year 2000, 1999, or 1998? In the year 2000. What is the minimum age at which a US citizen can become President of the USA? Is it 35, 40, or 42? 35 years. Which of the following World War II leaders died first? Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler, or Franklin Roosevelt? Franklin D. Roosevelt. Did you know that the middle initial S in the name of Harry S. Truman does not stand for anything? When Truman, who became the 33rd President of the USA, was born, his parents couldn't decide on a middle name, so they simply went with the letter S to honor and please his grandfathers Anderson Ship Truman and Solomon Young. Since the S did not stand for a name, Harry didn't use a period after it for most of his life. Where in your body will you find the macula? Is it in the eyes, the lungs, or your ears? You will find it in your eyes. How many feet positions are there in ballet? 4, 5, or 6? 5. What do you call a star that is used to guide the course of a ship? A lodestar, a lead star, or an astrolabe? It is a lodestar. Which word is used as a type of certified proof that you could not have committed a crime? An affidavit, an albino, or an alibi? An alibi. What do you call a novel written as a series of letters? A roman à clef, epistolary, or a picaresque? An epistolary. From which country does brie originate? Belgium, France, or the Netherlands? It comes from France. With the Vatican City being the smallest country in the world, which is the second smallest? Monaco, San Marino, or Grenada? Monaco or Monaco. Prior to World War I, what was the surname of the British royal family? Windsor, Tudor, Diodone, or Saxe-Coburg-Gotha? Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. In musical notation, what is the name of the cymbal seen here? Is it a crochet, a quiver, or a sharp? It's a sharp. By which other name is Vlad the Impaler also known? Is it Dracula, Wolfenstein, or Van Helsing? Dracula. And it's time for the bonus question. Which city has the unofficial motto of "What happens here, stays here"? If you know the answer to this question, leave your answer in the comments below. Also, if you are enjoying this quiz, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It really helps. Now back to the quiz. Try to name the country from one clue. Ireland, England, France, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Peru, Norway, Malaysia, Jordan, and Tanzania. In which country will you find the headquarters of the Kia Motors Corporation? South Korea, Japan, or Malaysia? In South Korea. What type of meat is used to make original pastrami? Is it pork, beef, or lamb? Beef. In professional baseball, how many bases are there? 6, 5, or 4? 4 bases. Who is generally regarded as the final emperor of Rome? Romulus, Nero, or Maximus? Maximinus. Romulus. Which is the largest vein in the human body? The vena cava, the jugular, or the aorta? The vena cava. Which yarn is obtained from the Angora goat? Mohair, cashmere, or boucle? The correct answer is mohair. Who is best known for stealing fire from the Olympian gods? Kratos, Icarus, or Prometheus? Prometheus. Which is the most frequently used letter in the English language? The letter A, E, or the letter T? The letter E. Who was the first US president to get impeached? Richard Nixon, Woodrow Wilson, or Andrew Johnson? Andrew Johnson. Who was crowned champion of the 2022 ladies singles final at Wimbledon? Elena Rybakina, Ons Jabeur, or Tatiana Maria? Elena Rybakina. And we have reached the end of today's quiz. How many questions could you answer correctly? Take a look what rank you managed to get and share it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to answer the bonus question. Which city has the unofficial motto of "What happens here, stays here"? If you know the answer, share it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the quiz, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It really helps.